gathering of Scottish clans held every July. We believe that Grandfather Mountain is one of the most wonder-filled places in the Southeast. Hidden among the trees and rocks, you can find an amazing diversity of wildlife that's like nowhere else on Earth. On your way up, this CD will guide you to the mountain's natural wonders and beautiful views. Soon, on the left, you'll be approaching Half Moon Overlook, which is ringed with hundreds of native azaleas and rhododendron. In May, the endangered pink shell azalea is in bloom. Native only to northwest North Carolina, Grandfather has the world's largest natural population of pink shell azaleas. In June, this overlook bursts out with lavender pink blossoms of the Catawba rhododendron. Looking up, you'll see two peaks. The one closer to you is called Linville Peak. The other is simply called Second Peak. The parking area at the summit lies between these two peaks. Your first stop is the picnic area just past Half Moon Overlook. Here you can find picnic tables, grills, restrooms, a walking trail, and a wood carver shop. If you choose to stop here, go to track 2 on this CD to learn about what you can see. If you'd like to keep driving, skip to track 3 as you pass the picnic area. Track 2, picnic area. Whether or not you've brought your own picnic basket, it's easy to enjoy the picnic areas on Grandfather Mountain. One is located at this parking area. Others are outside the Nature Museum and close to the top of the mountain. They're the perfect places to toss a frisbee or simply admire the natural beauty all around. If you're looking for a picnic shelter, keep going to the Nature Museum picnic area. Here at the Woods Walk picnic area, a walking trail with gradual grades and wide paths invites you to soak in the scenery of a mixed hardwood forest. This 4/10 of a mile loop will give you the chance to spot at least 64 species of flowers and plants and 19 tree types. You can find both northern and southern species along the trail, some that range south into South Carolina and Georgia, and others that occur far into northern Ontario, Canada. Interpretive signs along the way will help you learn about several of them. You may have already seen a small workshop located on the outskirts of the picnic area. This is where great American woodcarver Tom Wolfe keeps a shop and chats with passers-by. And if you do want to enjoy a bite to eat in the great outdoors, stop by Mildred's Grill a little further up the road at the Nature Museum. They'll pack you a picnic to go. When you're ready, continue your drive up the mountain and start track 3 as you pull out of this parking lot. Track 3, on the way to Sphinx and Split Rocks. You're now headed towards Sphinx and Split Rocks, giant boulders that mark the middle portion of Grandfather Mountain. You'll notice the 2 massive boulders up the hill on the right, 2 curves above the picnic area. Drive carefully as wild deer sometimes frequent this area. You may already be noticing a temperature change. By the time you reach the top of the mountain, the climate will feel like that of Newfoundland, Canada. This drastic climate change is one thing that sets Grandfather apart. In fact, you can find 16 separate natural communities that vary by altitude, weather, forest, and topography. As one of the most biologically diverse regions on Earth, the mountain supports 73 rare and endangered species. The naturalists are particularly knowledgeable about the wonders you'll see here. To learn more, you can attend free. To learn about the mountain's geography or stop and admire Sphinx and Split Rocks, pull over at the next parking area and listen to track 4. Otherwise, begin track 5 as you pass them. Track 4, Sphinx and Split Rocks. The rocks that make up Split Rock and Sphinx Rock are older than the mountain formation itself. These rocks likely formed in an ancient riverbed in a mountain formation older than the Appalachians. Through millions of years of stone and sediment deposits, these rocks were formed around 640 million years ago. When North America and Africa collided about 300 million years ago, it thrust these rocks thousands of feet into the air. Geologists believe that Grandfather Mountain could have been as high as the Alps or the Himalayas, and has since eroded down to its current elevation of 5,946 feet. Weathering over millions of years split both Sphinx rock and split rock due to ice forming in small cracks, with the divide being most noticeable in split rock. Weather has also chiseled the features of a face into the companion boulder similar to that of its Egyptian namesake. However, the Sphinx rock is much older than the man-made Egyptian Sphinx and weighs more than 2 million pounds. Track 5, on the way.
Split rock and Sphinx rock, older than anything else we've ever seen. You want to stop here?
Nature Museum. The Nature Museum is a hub of activity on Grandfather Mountain for both the inhabitants and visitors. And it's all about wildlife. You can see cougars, bears, deer, eagles, and otters in their natural habitats, not to mention monarchs and other butterflies in the butterfly garden. Black bears are a big part of Grandfather Mountain's history. Unlike cougars, which don't roam the mountain anymore, wild bears do live here, and visitors sometimes spot them. The first captive bear on Grandfather, affectionately named Mildred, was originally intended to be released into the wild. Mildred, however, preferred the company of people, and so for everyone's safety, she was placed in the mountain's first animal habitat, along with her cubs. Many animals in the habitats on Grandfather are here because they have had injuries or other issues that would prevent them from surviving in the wild. From the large picture windows in Mildred's grill,
So we have to go to that side to see. Oh, he comes out.
Hiding.
Nope, now he's going back toward the fence. See him? Just over the other side of the wall.
Yeah, I know.
Give him a minute, he'll come out.
There.
Yeah. I just see that one. Oh, right here. Hi. Looking at cougars. What are you doing? What's looking? It's a cougar. That's going to be letting itself as long as that can. There. On top of Grandfather Mountain. On top of Grandfather Mountain. All right. I love you. You'll be safe.
want one plug. Huh?
Hello, Mr. Otto. Of course we have bears. Smokey the bear. The next. Careful, buddy. Yeah, we got our. So we've got. Coming to you. Bears are excellent climbers.
They're way good.
Cliffside. You're now headed toward the upper parts of Grandfather Mountain. In fact, the next overlook on your left, Cliffside, used to be the end of the road up the mountain until the swinging bridge was built in 1952. Before the road, visitors would hitch up their horses and hike the rest of the way to Linville Peak summit, where the mile-high swinging bridge is now. The panoramic views from Cliffside certainly are spectacular. And for this reason, many visitors prefer the picnic area there to any other on the mountain. On a clear day from Cliffside, you can gaze far across the Blue Ridge Mountains and into the rest of the Appalachians. Mount Mitchell, the highest peak east of the Mississippi, is visible to the southwest. The knoll across the valley with the television tower on top is Grandmother Mountain, a smaller companion to Grandfather. Our next stop is the Blackrock parking area, where we'll talk about walking and hiking on Grandfather Mountain. If you'd like to stop there, go to track 8 once you've parked. Otherwise, start track 9 as you're passing by. Blackrock parking area. Many visitors to Grandfather Mountain find that one of the best ways to really experience the wonders of the mountain is to explore a walking or hiking trail. There are 11 trails to choose from, ranging from a gentle walk in the woods to a rigorous trek across rugged peaks. The trailhead to begin many of these hikes is right here in the Blackrock parking area. The Bridge Trail, a favorite family hike, takes you through a wooded area with massive rocky outcroppings. It's 4/10 of a mile long and ends at the top shot. Passing under the swinging bridge itself, the trail switches back for easier climbing and takes about 20 minutes each way. The Blackrock Nature Trail is another visitor favorite, gently taking you through rhododendron, spruce, and hardwood forests that are usually populated by songbirds, and offering views of Grandmother Mountain and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Featuring more than a dozen interpretive signs posted along the route, this trail is a great place to discover interesting and unexpected details about the forest you're passing through. The trailhead here is also the start of the Grandfather Extension Trail that takes you into Grandfather Mountain State Park, where it connects to the original Grandfather Trail to traverse the mountain's highest peaks. This trail often comes up against sheer cliff faces that can only be traversed using ladders and cables, so be certain to wear the proper shoes and plan for a rugged challenge. For more information about Grandfather Mountain's trails, take a look at the trail guide, which can be found in the Nature Museum or the Top Shop. And remember, walking along the road can be dangerous and is not allowed. Now continue on your drive up and listen to track 9 on your way. Track 9, hairpin curves to top. As we complete the drive to the mountain's summit, you'll notice your road consists mostly of hairpin curves. These curves have been featured in a number of car commercials. You've probably seen them before. What's more, they're the finish line for a couple of running races each year. Back in the 50s and 60s, sports cars zoomed their way up in an annual hill climb. You're approaching the end of the road to the mile-high swinging bridge. Here you'll find the Top Shop with restrooms, a gift shop, and elevator access to the bridge. The upper end of the bridge trail, which leads back down the mountain to Blackrock parking area, is located to the right of the outside steps going up to the swinging bridge. Of course, the main attraction up here is the bridge, but there's also more to see. The Top Shop itself is an impressive example of modern convenience meeting the raw elements. Built to withstand hurricane-force winds and driving rain, and faced with stones that were recycled from the original Top Shop built in 1961, today's Top Shop is efficiently powered to make the best use of natural resources. It also holds an elevator so that all visitors have the opportunity to take in the remarkable panoramic vistas found here. We'd like to remind you that Grandfather is the most rugged mountain in Eastern America, and we ask you to be careful. Please keep a close watch on children and do not walk out onto the cliffs in slick-soled shoes. Go on to track 10 for interesting facts about the mile-high swinging bridge. Track 10, mile-high swinging bridge. Many visitors consider the walk across the swinging bridge to be the highlight of their trip to Grandfather Mountain. This structure is named the Mile High Bridge because it is suspended 5,280 feet or 1 mile above sea level. It hangs a mere 80 feet above the canyon below, but for most people, 80 feet is high enough. It is called the swinging bridge because it's suspended between 2 towers that anchor it to either cliff. The original bridge, built in 1952, had wooden floorboards with joints between every board, allowing it to move back and forth in the wind quite a bit. The current bridge was rebuilt in 1999, using long sections of galvanized steel flooring. The new steel bridge is much less flexible and does not swing as much as the original wooden bridge did before. Although some who cross the bridge in their childhood are reluctant to call it a swinging bridge any longer, it can certainly be called a singing bridge. Now, when the wind blows between the steel bars that form the side of the bridge makes its own kind of music, as if someone were blowing on a harmonica. Even if you're a bit uncertain about heights, you can enjoy admiring the bridge from the Top Shop or parking lot as a feat of engineering, and the views from solid ground certainly won't disappoint. Some days you can see the skyline of Charlotte, 80 miles to the southeast. And if you do venture across, remember, it's perfectly safe. When you approach the bridge, you may notice some weather instruments attached to the top of the tower. Grandfather Mountain has been an official U.S. Weather Service reporting station since 1955. However, weather professionals have continually debated the accuracy of wind speeds gathered from the instrument's previous location on the roof of the original Top Shop. A wind gust of 200 miles per hour recorded on January 24, 2006 brought the controversy to a head, and in response, professionals helped us find a better location. Since February of 2007, the instruments have gathered data from the top of the bridge, and the highest recorded wind speed has been 120.7 miles per hour. But you do not need to read an anemometer to recognize that the wind blows hard on the top of Grandfather Mountain. As you approach the swinging bridge, you will see dozens of spruce fir trees with limbs that seem to be pointing toward the southeast. This phenomenon is called flagging or bannering, and is evidence that Grandfather's highest winds tend to come from the northwest. The coldest temperature ever recorded on Grandfather was minus 32 degrees in January 1985. And the highest was 83 degrees, first reached in August 1983. Once you've spent some time on or around the bridge and are ready to make the trip back down the mountain, go to track 11 to continue the tour.
मुली बाहेरच होत्या आपल्याला बोललेलं.
I don't have mine.
आपण जेव्हा रात्री झोपतो ना तेव्हा आपल्या वरती
Used to be Ed, but no more Ed. It's empty.
ते लाईट आहे त्याच्याकडे क्लाउड आहे कशी लाईट ते नावाचा नाही
I want to get mine, but there's no more Ed. It's Dana, Susanna, Donna, Emily. See another one here. Honey! Adam! Your glasses is foggy. So you can see.
Very nice.
You want that?
It's up to you.
Oh, I get you. Oh, but I don't have mine.
It's an alphabetical order.
Huh? Ed.
Have it.
It's Ed. Then
D.
D. Maybe just D. So I need a Mac. I think this one. Is it nice? I like white. Look, it's heavy. Right? It's heavy. Maybe this one. Ooh. Let me hold it. Eee, what's that? Oh, it's wow, it's nice.